Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here this morning. Oh, my little swarmy thing is not up again. Oh my God, I don't know what be happening to it, but guys, thank you all for being here this morning. This is Pinkie, the housewife. Also, I will be putting this on my second channel, Pink Global. Uh, Thank you all. Today is day 16 of the P. Diddy Combs, Puff Daddy, the Diddler, Dirty Diddy, whatever y'all want to call him, of his trial. Okay. Let me get everything up and let me just close this door for a moment. Guys, let me get this door closed. I'm going to go ahead and close the door. Okay, baby? Okay. Get this door closed. Get everything together. Okay, let me pull my shirt back down. Okay, got the door closed. Okay, today is day 16, Wednesday, June 4th of the P. Diddy Diddler's trial. Okay, some new surprising bombshell. I call them bombshell witnesses. Okay, these people that's going to make or break the case. Okay. Thank you all for being for yesterday. We had a great live on it. Let me just get my that's lemon water. That's my lemon water. I already had it while it was hot. Now we added cold water to the lemons and everything, so I can drink it. And I do have my juice too. I got everything here. Oh, I got everything sitting here. Y'all don't believe it. I got everything. But we're going to go ahead and get on with the information from the trial and everything. We're going to get that started. I do have some videos I'm going to put up for you. Yes, I do. Oh, gosh. Let me see. So I got some videos I'm going to put up and everything. Okay, so let me see who all we got in here too before we get started, because they went to lunch. They should be back now. I just woke up late. I'm sorry but I just woke up. Let me just say, let's get the house rules out of the way. Then we're going to welcome everybody to the Pink House. Thank you all for being here. Hit that like button coming in. Y'all got to do that for me. Hit that like button coming in. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. And let me go ahead and thank you all for doing that. Okay. This will be carried on my second channel, Pink Global. So go ahead over there and subscribe to that channel. If you want to become a member of this channel, Pinkie the Housewife, please do so. And also, I'm trying to hit to that 6,000 subscribers. I'm almost there. Let me just tell you. Oh, I need 235. I haven't looked at it from yesterday, but this was yesterday. For Pinkie the Housewife to hit 6,000 subscribers, I need 235. So if y'all can, go ahead and help me to get there. I need everybody's help. Pink Global is almost monetized. I need 252 subscribers for Pink Global to get monetized. Okay. So we got to get me there so I can do more things. Because there's a lot of things I've got in the woodwork for my subscribers and my members and people that watch me all the time. There's some good stuff I got in store, but I don't want to take that leap until we get me over 6,000. Okay. I've been doing a little of it off camera, not on, but we got to get me there before I pull out all those others. Okay. Okay. So let me just go ahead and put up the graphic warning content. Thank you guys, because we never know what's going to be said, and put that trigger warning, because I never know. Because sometimes this information is not good for everybody's ear. So sometimes you cannot listen to this. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, day 16, Sean Diddy Combs trial. We had Garcia on the stand yesterday too. Eddie. I like Eddie. Oh, let me just say, guys, go watch this short video I dropped last night. I dropped a short video about the former CFO, Derek Ferguson, on the stand. I dropped that last night after my live. That was before I went to bed. So go and watch that for me, please. I would highly appreciate it. Okay. But we're getting ready to talk about everybody else. Tell you what, let's go ahead and first see what's going on outside the courthouse. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and there's something I need to do to up what I normally do. Okay, so I'm going to be taking care of that while we. I want to show you all this. While we watch this video, I'm going to be looking into that. It's going to up everything that I do. Okay. I wish I can go to New York, but y'all know I can't go. Y'all know I can't go. Not that I can't afford to go. Okay. Not that I can't afford to go. I can. But I can't get, I can't go. I wish I could. But I would have to have I have to have a team. I have to have a team to go down there with me. And I didn't put together a team. My team that I got all got things going on. So I can't just have them to drop everything and go with me. So I have to have a team to go down there with me. But I said to myself, I'm going to start putting this in place for other things. Making sure I got a team to go with me besides the one I got. Because my team right now consists of all family. That's my team. Actually, family. They all got something going on. But I got to assemble a team to go with me outside of family. Okay? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm started getting me a team so I can start going to these things and events. But I got to have them. I cannot go travel without them because there's a lot that Pinkie require. Ain't nothing wrong with me, but I need I cannot. I will not know how to get half of the things done. I'm serious. I have to have a team. Okay, but anyway, besides that, let's go ahead and watch this. This is, I want to put this up while I work on something else. Okay. Now we had Derek Ferguson is the former CEO of Bad Boy Entertainment. Ooh, like I said, that's a bombshell. And y'all heard from Eddie Garcia yesterday. Ooh, another. Ooh, it's like stuff be falling. Okay. He testified about the video. About, I guess he was when let me just put it like this. I bet when he heard or saw somebody brought it to his attention or he found out or whatever that video is out live in color all over the internet, all over the news. I bet he shit bricks. I'm serious. I bet he had a woo moment. I bet he was shitting bricks. Think about it. That man had them 3 guys that took that money from the hotel. I know they were shitting bricks. Oh, shit. That tape been supposed to see the light of day. And I know, can't nobody tell me Diddy didn't shit bricks too. That's why he came up with that sorry apology that didn't go nowhere, fell flat on his face with it. When I say flat on his face, it did, because not once did he apologize to Cassie. He apologized about himself, and that's it. And trying to apologize to the world, but you weren't in no hotel beating on the world. You weren't in no hotel with the world. You was in the hotel with her. That's who you should have been apologizing to, her and her family, her mom and dad, for doing this. Okay. But anyway, so that was eye-opening. And we went over that. We saw all that yesterday. And then the video I dropped last night. Okay. I'm waiting on his right-hand woman, KK, to take the stand. And I think the reason why you don't hear nothing about KK or anything, just my opinion, and it's allegedly, that I think she interned. She interned. KK must got a deal, a plea deal. I think she's a witness they got stashed somewhere, and they're gonna walk her in the same way they did George Kaplan when it's time. They're gonna walk her in because they flying in these people, bringing them in under protective custody. In my opinion, yes, they are. They ain't already there. Oh shit. Oh, okay. If they ain't already there, guys. Thank God the chair is leather. And just wipe it off with the paper towel, and I'm good. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this video up. We're going to get this video started. Okay, guys. This is with, and then we're going to see, oh, first we need to see what's going on outside the courthouse before we start that. Let me see what's going on outside the courthouse. I got it up somewhere. Where do I have it up at? On one of these tabs. Oh, here it is, right here. It is live outside the courthouse with, let me see. It is live. Let me make sure it's, that I didn't pause it in between because sometimes I'll be doing things. Okay. Diddy, it says Diddy trial latest. Frank, what's this? Pizza testimony? Oh, that's, oh, live updates from the courthouse. Okay, let's go ahead and get it started. Let me make a note of this here. Also, I don't know if y'all heard that Diddy has some of his clothes is on auction. The man is trying to auction off clothes, his clothes. Now, you know things are going bad when you got to auction off your clothes. Okay? If you got to auction off your clothes, things are bad. I'm just making a note for something right quick, guys. Okay, because I need to make sure I keep this man's name front and center. So, oh my God, they got Frank on the stand now. I mean, I'm just making a quick note. Okay, I'm done with it. Circling that note so I won't forget. Here we go, guys. So we can see, and I got it muted, so I don't know whether anybody's talking right now, but I will unmute it in just a minute. Okay, here it is. This is outside the courthouse. Let me unmute it, and we'll give me 1 second. I get up for a second. You can see all the the noise outside the courthouse. Y'all can hear all of that, can't you? What the? No. Let me find something on my phone I'm looking for right quick. I'm just do this. Okay, we're gonna see. It says, okay, give me 1 second, guys. And then we're gonna get started. Thank God I got on my phone. I'm not even muted. Okay. Oh Lord. Guys, let me do something right quick. I just thought about something. Let me take this down for 1 second. I need to I'm not gonna keep us right where we are. Just give me 1 second. Okay. I just want to make sure. I see you all coming in. Just give me 1 second. I'm just trying to do something. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let me bring that back up. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Oh, Lord, I do need to bring this back up. What is this going on? Let me put it back up here for y'all. What is this going on? Is that the police arresting somebody? Huh? Somebody trying to get arrested? The popo trying to... Is he arresting somebody or are they waiting on family to come through? I don't know. Y'all know we are nosy. I'm just nosy. Okay, let me thank you all for being here. Renita, thank you for being here this morning. Let me mute this right quick. Okay, thank you, Renita, for being here this morning. Thank you so much for coming in. And Sharon, thank you so much for being here this morning. Thank you, guys. Wait now, are they arresting somebody? Wait now, are they talking? Y'all know we don't want to miss nothing. Let's see what's going on. Do it look like, or he just standing in front of the that van? Y'all know we nosy. Military guys, somebody just passed. TNT, thank you for being here. Hello, Renita, Sharon. Thank you. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Y'all know we nosy. What a bunch of nosy folks. I would say, I'm going to tell you the truth. I think everybody in my chat and my members and subscribers, I think y'all just nosy like me. Oh, no. Oh, this must be the family coming in. Okay. So who we got getting off the van? We got the Combs son, the one with the curly hair, and Mama Combs. Oh my God, Mama Combs got a new wig. Y'all better put it down. Y'all heard it here first. Mama Combs got a new wig. Is that a new wig? I bet you. I guess she got tired of people talking about her wigs. Mama Combs got a new wig. I never seen this wig before, guys. If y'all have seen this wig before, if y'all have seen this, put it in the chat. I have never seen this wig before. It looks new. It looked like she haven't combed it out yet. Mama Combs got a new wig. Mama Combs got a new wig. New wig. Y'all put a new wig in the chat. Put a new wig in the chat for Mama Combs. Tell me how you like that new wig. If you like it, Put it in the chat. If you don't like it, if it's not becoming of her, let me know. I want to know. Is that? Go ahead, mama, new wig. Oh, that means Sharon liked that wig. Because she said, go ahead, mama. New wig. I'm so glad. Whoo. I ain't gonna tell you. What's her name? Somebody said the wig. She was sitting right behind the wig. Was it? Said she was sitting right behind the wig. Oh, let me just say this, guys. We're gonna start something new today. Okay. This is a new rule for Pinkie the Housewife. Okay. One is a new rule, and then I'll get to the old rules. But one of the new rules, we're not gonna talk about what somebody else doing over on their channel, some other content creators. We ain't gonna go take what they got doing over there and bring it to my channel, because I think, to me, I'm not getting nobody's beef. I got water over there. I don't want to get in nobody's beef saying that I took something from their channel, or I'm sending people over to their channel to bring it over to my channel. We ain't gonna do that. Oh, TNT, you like the wig? Okay. I hope that's what you mean. You like the wig, Mama Comb new wig. If not, let me know. But we're or is that about not bringing stuff from somebody else, trying to bring it over to mine? Because what that would do, it would. They're not going to come after the people that brought the stuff to my channel. They're going to come after me. All of this here, and all of this here. They don't want all of this here on them. I'm not trying to start no beef with no content creator. So y'all cannot come on my channel and say, well, I heard this from another content creator. They're saying this from another CC. We ain't gonna do that. No, I don't do it. If I do it, that's because I know that person or something like that, or it's okay. But we ain't gonna do that no more. I never asked nobody to do that. I never asked nobody to do that, and I never did like that. But we're not gonna do that no more. Nobody is gonna do that, okay? Because y'all ain't gonna get me caught up in a beef. And sometimes we ain't gonna do that. Because y'all don't have to deal with the wrath for that. I will, and my wrath is much bigger than anything anybody ever seen. So we don't want me to get out of pocket. I'm trying to stay in 2025. I don't want to go back to being 2024 Pinkie, 2024 Pinkie, eat you up alive and spit you out and take your food off your table and burn your house down. So we ain't doing that, okay? I'm 2025 Pinkie. 2025 Pinkie ain't gonna do none of that unless she's pushed. But I don't see that coming. Okay, so we ain't gonna do that. Okay, so if you get up here and say that, I'm gonna stop you right there. And we ain't doing that. We ain't talking about no other. I don't. Okay. One of I need to turn the light on over there on that other side of my room. Okay, but anyway, a lot of people going into the courthouse today. This woman trying to figure out what y'all talking about. What y'all talking about? She don't know nothing about no Puff Daddy or P. Diddy or Sean Combs. Okay, let's see the latest update right quick. Frank Piazza, I think I hope I pronounced that name correctly. A forensic video analyst will be next on the stand. Oh, he's going to be coming up next on the stand, followed by BRYANA, whatever her last name is, Bungali, a woman who claims Combs dangled her over a balcony. That's the woman that got dangled. Why do people always dangling people over balconies? I have never been dangled over a balcony. I don't know nobody been dangled over a balcony. Combs paid $100,000 for Cassie assault video. Witness says, okay, yeah, we know that. But anyway, so this is a woman that said she got dangled over the balcony. I could seem like everybody I know get dangled over a balcony. Dealing with these folks in the industry, you just have to watch yourself. But anyway, on Tuesday, that was yesterday, a former hotel security guard testified that Diddy feared his icon career would be ruined if the public ever saw a video of him beating his girlfriend in 2016. Okay. I know, well, I'm going to say allegedly, he did not want that video to see the day of light. And that's just one thing. Okay. So let's see what else. I'm going to get another video up, guys, for us. Just give me a second. Let me, oh, Lord, what is this up under my desk? Okay. We're getting ready to see more video. What are the police doing? Okay. So we're going to hold on to this. This is not going anywhere. We're going to hold on to this. It's going to stay where it's at. Okay. But because we got to hear what been going on in the courthouse. Okay. So this ain't going nowhere. This is all going to stay. Okay. So throughout the day, we'll be coming back to this. Let me just go ahead and take this down so we can get our next video up. I'm going to mute it because all you're going to hear is people on the streets talking, or who is this coming at? Who is this coming out? Let me put it back up there, guys. Let me just go back a tad and so y'all can see who this person is. Just came out. Did I go back further enough? Okay, well, that's that couple. So let me see. Did I go back too far? I don't know. Well, let me take it down. And if everybody got business at the courthouse today. Courthouse is a busy place. Courthouse is a busy place. Okay, is that person, the police guy, they came past, and then I think, so I would have to wait a few minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and just take it a little further. Try not to move it too far. Somebody came out. I want y'all to see. If not, I'll just go ahead and refresh it, and we just move on. It looked like somebody. I'm just going to go ahead and refresh it back. I was trying to let y'all see who that was that came out. Okay. Hi, Terry. Thank you for being here, Terry. Thank you. Thank you, Terry, for being here. Hi, Pinkie in the chat. I'm in the car listening. Yes, like button was hit. Thank you, Terry. See, I like that. I don't even have to ask Terry nothing. But you know, all of y'all, I don't have to ask y'all anyway either, because y'all just like that. Y'all just go ahead and create that constant. I hit the like button already. This y'all my day ones. Y'all my members have been there through thick and thin. Y'all been there through the good Pinkie, the bad Pinkie, the ones that dance on top of cars, run around getting y'all. Okay, let's see. Okay, what we're gonna do now. I want y'all to see this video. Okay, I was listening to it this morning. Well, this morning, so I want y'all to listen to it. Hey, Terry, do one thing for me. Drive safely. Okay, keep your eye on the road. Okay, keep the eye on the road. Don't deter off the road. Keep that eye on the road. Okay, all right. So now we're going to go ahead and get down to business. Let me get this video up for you. This is Nation News. Okay. Nation News. Alleged Diddy male escort speaks out. Now, this is an escort. Y'all gonna think this is the same escort. It's not the ones that y'all are used to hearing. Thank you, Terry. It's not. When I saw him, is that the same escort? This is somebody new, okay? Okay, somebody new. He ain't like the Punisher. Punisher, you need to hit me up so I can do an interview, so I can help you to do better. Because the way you was talking seemed like you was okay. You need to hit me up so you can come on my channel. Okay, I give you the platform. I give you my platform so we can help you to see better. Talk about this a lot better than what you've been doing, because you seem like you twinkling your eye and doing all this here and we got you, Diddy. No, you ain't gonna sell that book acting like that, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and watch this. This is with Nation News, okay? This is today. It ain't from yesterday or whenever. It's from today. Just today, a few hours ago, while I probably was sleeping or while I was brushing my teeth or something, okay? So we're going to go ahead and watch it. And yes, I got the caption on, so y'all, just in case. If you can't hear it good, you can recross the screen, okay? Here we go. And y'all need to hear this. Y'all need to hear this. I only bring y'all things that you need to hear. Oh, what? Oh, Lord. I see what you've been talking about. I see what you're talking about. You know who I'm talking about. Okay, here we go, guys. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear it, okay? Because like I said, I'm not going to go. I'm being so nosy because I'm expecting somebody to come here today. We're expecting a worker to come. So that's why I got my eye out. Because my husband, I already told my husband stepped away from. So I already know. Me and baby girl know somebody's supposed to be coming to work today. So that's why I keep looking. I'm looking out because it's hard to see them coming across this way because of the high stone wall that surrounds the property. So I have to look this way to see the opening. Okay? So I can see. I can only see the top of a vehicle go past. I can't see the whole vehicle. I can only see the top. Okay. So that's why y'all keep seeing me doing this here. I'm watching out. Unless I move away from the desk like this here. Well, while the video is playing, I think I may sit back this way so I can see better. Okay? But let me go ahead and get the video started.
You can generally tell what's really important in a high-stakes trial by what the two sides fighting about for. That's usually the giveaway, right? In the case of United States versus Sean Diddy Combs, the defense did everything they could to keep that hotel surveillance video light years away from the jury. And the feds fought just as hard to include it. And we thought we knew all the reasons why. We thought that, Diddy, seeing viciously attacking a defenseless Cassie Ventura, cowering and trying to stay alive, that would be bad for Diddy, right? No way to deny that. But we now know that despicable display from 2016 and the free cop that came right before it was only the half of it. And maybe not even the most important half when it comes to the charges he's facing, racketeering. Today, the jurors in his trial heard from a former security supervisor at that hotel. His name is GARCIA, and he testified that not long after the attack happened, Diddy's chief of staff, Christina Koros, called him to ask for the footage. He said that he told her no on the phone, and again, when she showed up in the lobby, said he told her no again. But that night, Garcia testified, Christina Koros called him again. And He handed the phone to Diddy. Garcia told the jury in Combs' federal trial that Puff said if that video ever got out, it would ruin his career. He testified that Diddy promised to, quote, take care of him if he could only find a way to get that video. And so, Eddie Garcia, who was promised immunity to tell the truth in court, reached out to his boss, who agreed to sell the video for $50,000. And the following day, Garcia brought a USB drive with that video to a meeting. He said included Diddy, that chief of staff, Christina Coram, and one of Diddy's bodyguards. But before handing over that little USB stick, Garcia said he told Diddy he was worried. He was concerned he might be implicated in a crime that Cassie Ventura ever called the police and complained. At which point, according to Garcia, Diddy had a plan. FaceTimed Cassie and ordered her to, quote, tell him you wanted this too, Cassie. A freshly beaten up Cassie was there on the FaceTime wearing a hoodie and complied with Diddy's demand that he testified.
Did y'all hear what she said? A beaten up Cassie. Thank you all for putting the ones in the chat. Let me know. Thank you guys. But a beaten up Cassie. A beaten up Cassie. And I seen that picture. She got a hoodie on, a dark color or maybe a black hoodie. And her face is all beat up. Her lip is busted up and everything. A beaten up Cassie. What? Wait now. I just can't. For some money. I just can't take it. She is beaten up. So, and then they're gonna hide the tape. They're gonna give him a copy of it because they didn't give him the whole tape. Thank God they didn't. Somebody was smart enough.
He then said he signed a contract swearing that no other copy of the video existed and swearing him to silence with $1 million.
Let me just say this. The fact that there was another copy of that video, those people, and they swore that there wasn't. Y'all know the Diddler don't like nobody to say nothing. But yes. If you say no or if you didn't do something right, your tail end belong to him. So I bet his people already trying to find out ways to get. They probably can't get to the hotel security guard, them three now, but they're gonna get to him some way, even if it's through the family or something. In my opinion, or make sure they don't ever work again. In my opinion.
If he ever spoke of what he saw or of what he did, i.e. the payoff. In return, Garcia says he was handed a bag containing $100,000, double the amount that Garcia's boss had asked for. So he got a bit of it, another guard got a bit of it, and the boss got 50. And allegedly that wasn't the last time that Garcia heard from Sean Combs. Garcia says that Diddy called him on Easter, telling him, quote, you're my angel, God is good, God put you in my life for a reason, end quote. And then Diddy asked whether anybody had asked about the video. And Garcia said, he told Diddy no, and then Diddy said, great. Garcia told the jury that Diddy told him if he ever needed anything to reach out, which Garcia did. Said he needed a job. But Garcia said he never heard back from Diddy about that. Now, 9 years later, that video has turned up as evidence, not just of craven brutality, but of potential bribery and obstruction of justice, which are two predicate offenses that are required to prove, what do you know, racketeering. Mm-hmm. Something else that could prove racketeering and the sex trafficking charges? If Cassie Ventura, his girlfriend, was coerced through fear and beatings to take part in those kinky freak-offs with male escorts who were flown in from, other states, that is what you call sex trafficking. It's what you call coercion, forced labor, other predicate acts of RICO. I'm joined now by Sean Deering, a former escort who worked under the name Skylar. He says he
This is who I wanted y'all remember I said there was another S worker, and I wanted y'all to make sure y'all see this video. Yes, you wonder whether AKA Scalar is going to take the stand or not. He's another S worker. Okay, so we're getting ready to hear his story. Okay.
participated in more than a dozen sex acts with Diddy and Cassie. Sean, it's really good of you to be here. I appreciate this more than you know, because this is a very sensitive topic. A lot of people are very nervous and concerned, and I can understand if you are as well. Let me start by asking you, when you were with Cassie and Diddy, did you ever get the sense that Cassie wasn't fully into this sex act that you were performing with her while Diddy was watching? Did you ever get the sense that she was doing this because she was being told to do
You know, I don't like to assume, and in those situations, I entered in full respect, and I want to, everything I say, I don't want to overstep my boundaries and such, and I want to say in all due respect to Cassie throughout the situation, that she treated me with the utmost respect, dignity, even through these crazy acts. You know, initially, when I had, in the early days of seeing them, it seemed, it was very jovial, like, you know, two adults who wanted to explore further. But as the encounters grew, there was an energy about these situations and such that I guess you could say devolved. So for me to say, from my perspective, that I know for sure by force, it's a little presumptuous, but what I noticed on a physical, from just a physical person-to-person perspective, I'm also a bartender, was a bartender, and I did private parties and such. So I observe people a lot, and I'm that guy. I do appreciate. I love to serve, so I'll listen and such. I mainly was there to ensure I accomplished my goal for that evening. To provide the entertainment that the two people who hired me desired. And you know, for me to say I can definitely confirm this or that, it would be a little sumptuous, but I can definitely say, you know, there's a spirit that had changed through time. And with that, I don't know what happened behind further closed doors with them, but there were signs, some would say.
Can you qualify that a little more? You said the spirit changed. How did things change? And as these progressed into the latter part of the sex acts that you performed with this trio, did it seem that Cassie was as willing?
That's kind of how it devolved. It seemed, you know, I don't mean to speak in such broad terms as this, but I perceived, you know, what we did. We were adults on a adult playground through that time and such. And so that kind of was the spirit initially, where she was very just easygoing and warm. And there were times where in the later days, yes, it did seem very performative in a sense, where, and that's part of the kind spirit that Cassie has, that even if people, you know, many people will ask, well, why do you go back? If you're so brave, why'd you keep going? Many won't understand that, I guess, of the deep seed of arms that someone with power or fame may have. And I'm just a nobody. I'm just a small dude from a town in Hawaii. But I was involved in these situations, and you know, Cassie just, I guess all I can say is I have the utmost respect for her, and she shocked me throughout the whole experience. I'm sorry, my train of thought gets a little lost at times, but
It's okay. I do want to be more pointed in my questions, only because it's so critical, because they're debating her reaction in, these sex acts. Her lawyers will say she was fully into it. This was sex between consenting adults. She loved it. She texted him. She loved it. She wanted to do these things. But the prosecutors are saying, and she herself said on the stand, no, I didn't. At first, maybe, sure, but this became my job, and this became something I had to do, because if I didn't please him, I could get beaten up by it. And I just wondered if you ever got the vibe, or if you get a sense that seemed to check boxes with you as well. That's kind of how you felt about how things digress.
With that kind of framing, yes. Like I said, I don't want to come out and say that because I don't know what went on further. But the spirit that was there, it definitely devolved from, cordial two couples having fun into, her even going beyond the moment and being kind enough, she would put on the smile and then continue in her role. Put on the smile, put the head down, and then just continue in the role rather than in the early days of, it's seeing a joyful time. And I also don't want to speak too much beyond, I don't want to say too much for certain reasons. Out of respect for Cassie, for other reasons.
Can you tell me this? Did you ever sense any fear? Did you ever sense that Cassie had any fear of the way you and she behaved if Diddy were in the room or if he weren't in the room?
That's one thing, I used the term, she's a badass lady in the People article recently. And I mean that in the sense that she could step back and understand. I wouldn't use the word fear. I would use the word respect. She respected what her role was, what she was there for, and I ultimately believe that's the only reason I was seen more than once, is that there's somewhat of a kindred spirit between her and I, where I love to serve and I do to appreciate others, and I do believe that she has that as well deeply, and to make the most of this situation. She wanted to satisfy this.
Let me ask you this, Sean. Sorry to interrupt, but let me ask you this. There was some episode you described where Sean Combs walked out of the room, and you asked her a question, and she shushed you and said, no, we can't talk until he comes back in the room. Is that true? Is that what happened? Is that the correct description?
Yes, that did happen, and I realized I would like to I'm going to try to keep our private moments a little more between us moving forward. But there was a moment, where the acts were happening and Diddy left the room, and I forget what I had said, but I kind of just hey, what about this or that? I forget what the topic was. But it was a moment where I kind of had a realization of the depths of the situation, where it is, because she was, we were passionate seconds before, and then the next moment, you could tell there was something that had come over her in a sense that she knew it may cause jealousy or something of the nature if her and I interacted in some way with him not there. So
you sensed a fear. You sensed a fear that came over her very quickly once he left the room, that there should be no conversation between you. Did it sound as though it seemed to you she was frightened?
That's why I use the term she's a badass lady. I wouldn't say frightened. I say she just understood the situation to the extent that she needed to. And that's why I'm sorry, with her, I wouldn't say fear, it was mostly just she understood the situation, and she and yes, I know that through those times, that demon in his eye, yes, but I just see her as such a strong individual that I didn't necessarily see fear in her, just she knew her role at that time. Or she...
Sean Deering, I'm very appreciative of you speaking. That you have spoken with the prosecutors, correct? They know your contributions to the knowledge base of your involvement, right?
I'll just... I've received guidance from individuals on I'm just gonna try to leave it at that. I'm here speaking with you, attempting to just have my side heard, and ultimately, I just want Cassie respected on all of this. You know, my face was out there, and I just want to let my side be heard. But I don't want to overspeak. And
you may have to, if they call you onto the stand. I'm nice. They're not sometimes, so I will watch for it. And Sean, if you do testify, I would love to talk to you again. I appreciate you speaking with me tonight.
Nice chatting with you. Have a good night.
You too. Folks, the Diddy case has taught a lot of us.
What do you all think of that? This is Sean, aka go by the name Skyler, when he's performing as a SEX slave for the Diddler. Okay? What do you all think of that? He's nice compared to the testimony of, I didn't like Punisher, or, but anyway, he's, I just don't know. Let me finish it up. Ooh, this is
more than we ever wanted to know about racketeering laws, but Diddy's hardly the first celebrity to face RICO. The rapper Young Thug was also charged with racketeering and stood trial for almost 2 years before agreeing to a plea deal last October. In exchange for pleading guilty to drugs and firearms charges and no contest to racketeering, he was sentenced to 15 years of probation.
what?
The foreman on Young Thug's jury was a man named Jason Collins, who's just launched a YouTube series about his experience, and Jason is kind enough to join me now. Man, oh man, good to talk to you as well, Jason. Thank you so much for being on.
Thanks for having me.
How much of a learning curve? I just can't imagine. You go from this normal life and you're thrown into a courtroom and suddenly you got to learn everything there is to know about RICO. Do you feel, as a juror, you have a very different perspective of what it is to be found guilty of RICO than, say, all the people reading headlines about Diddy?
Correct. I mean, it's so much that's involved, and it's so big. And going into it, I wasn't knowledgeable about it, but after sitting in that courtroom for that amount of time, you get to start to learn, about racketeering and RICO, and what that the prosecutors are trying to formulate and give us as jurors to understand what's happening. I will say that I'm a huge opponent of RICO, especially in that case right there, because I think that the court case was not set up in a manner to charge most of the defendants inside who are being charged in that courtroom. However, I will say that it's good to know what someone, I mean, the amount of evidence that someone should bring to a courtroom in order to be able to charge someone properly. But RICO, I was not a huge fan of it. I thought that the court case itself was done poorly. I've expressed that, and I believe the state was unorganized, and that's what led to either the plea deals as well as the verdict that the other jurors and I came up with towards the very end.
And what was that verdict?
The verdict is not guilty, except for there's one charge that I'm sticking out as guilty to one of the defendants, and everyone else took a plea deal, including Jerry Williams. So, yeah, it was a long process.
Let me ask you this. Now that you've been through it, are you way more mindful? You see a case like Diddy's and you're watching every single moment of it because you know what it takes now. Are you seeing in Diddy's case that the threshold is being met for RICO?
Threshold is there, and I thought about that. There's what do you want to, as a juror, you want to be able to show a web and how things are connected, and it's up to the jurors to follow the story. And for me in particular, I follow the facts. So it's not going by the emotions; I was going strictly by the facts. So you have the defense team who provided their evidence and providing what they want us to know, and you have the prosecution team who did the same exact thing. However, if things are not matching up, then you start to wonder, okay, then now you have to differentiate who's telling the truth and who is stretching the truth. And so in this PINKIE case that's going on, which is worldwide, if I was a juror on that court case, I'm going to see any inconsistencies. I'm going to take out the emotions, and I'm going to go by the facts. It's up to the defense team to provide me the facts that took place. Of course, the prosecution teams wanted to share what they have to show, share what they have to share. However, it's a web, and this court case right here does give a threshold, I believe, of a RICO case. This is a prime example of a RICO case. What Young Thug was going through, there was a lot of made up things that the jurors and I started to question. But this particular trial right now, there's a lot of evidence that's there. But it's up to the jurors to connect those dots and then formulate their own opinion once it's time for them to reach a verdict.
I can't wait to have you back, and I'm going to invite you early and often, Jason Collins. You really have your head around this like not many people do, so I really appreciate your knowledge. Will you come back?
Yes, thank you. I definitely would want to come back. This is a major trial, and it's so great to speak with you. But this trial is going to shape the world in so many ways, especially the industry as well.
And it will teach a lot of people about this particular set of laws and what it takes to get a conviction. Thank you so much, Jason Collins. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, guys. On that gave us another S worker. That, you know what I mean? We got another S worker. And so the more and more this trial goes on, the more and more we're seeing. Now, let's talk about the last few people that did. We can get this down. The last few people. We had yesterday on the stand, Mia finished up her testimony, okay? She's done. She did a great job, although depends on your opinion, whether you're for the diddler or not. But I think she did a great job, okay? Now, when it came to Eddie Garcia laid out the pieces on that videotape. The videotape from CNN that showed us the diddler stomping and beating and dragging Cassie. That tape blew the lid off everything. What? No. It was her lawsuit first. Once that first lawsuit hit, that gave way to everything else. And then that gave way to this video and everything that he claimed. And everybody was saying she's in for the money. How are you going to be in for the money after being abused and attacked and stoned and beat and going through having your stitches put up here, busted lip, beat up eyes, all that for years? No woman is going to say, I'm going to hang in for the money. The longer I hang in, the more money I can get from it. No. It doesn't work like that. Okay? It does not work like that. This woman was brainwashed, to me, in my opinion. That's brainwashed, took advantage of as a young 19-year-old. Okay? Just like all the other. Even the grown people that come across them done the same way. So you got an impressionable 19-year-old, of course. Oh, I'm still looking. I'm sorry, guys. Still looking for the person to show up. But so you still got a young person that was taken advantage of. Now, oh, don't forget Sylvia Oki. Don't forget about her, and I hope I pronounced that last name. She's the hotel custodian that was in charge of sales, marketing it for the Beverly Hills hotel. That's, in Los Angeles. But also, she was in charge of booking clients, like the high-profile people in the entertainment industry, big stars and everything. And when she booked for those, you got to remember, a lot of them use aliases, aka the diddler. Well, he didn't use I think one of his names was Frank Black that he used allegedly. for a lot of his boogie. And Cassie, he had different names for her. They had different names, but he always go to these hotels, if not his home, somewhere to commit these horrible freak offs that tears up the rooms and cost the hotel lots of money, for tearing up the room, but they charged them for it. So, but you got to, but think about it. They didn't have regular staff come in to clean these rooms. They had to get outside people to come. Once the regular staff do the job, but then they have all this damage and all this oil and all this stuff. That cost them a lot to replace stuff, to re-get stuff. And oh my Lord, I tell you. But anyway, and then I'm still waiting on Christina Crum, his right-hand person, to tell what she knows, however she's going to do that. And then you got Derek Ferguson, the man that handles everything, all the finances for the Bad Boy Entertainment. He's the CFO. He knows everything. For instance, that money from Cassie mom, that $20,000. He remember when that he got, they keep records, they keep receipts, they keep the paper trail of the $20,000 being deposited into Bad Boy. Isn't that? If Combs is trying to threaten them, wouldn't the money go directly to Combs? Why is it going through a company? Allegedly. Why is it going through a company? Allegedly. I think this is the person. Well, unless it's the let me go check, guys. I think this is the person showing up, unless it's the people to take care of the property. Let me just the cut, Let me just check for. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna put a video on because they haven't stepped out yet. Let me let you all. Let's see what's going on outside the courthouse. Okay, I'm gonna step away and let y'all look at this right quick. Don't go nowhere. I'm gonna look on the camera down the hallway and see who that is. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm back. They haven't stepped out their truck yet, so I'm not gonna go out there. But I'm just waiting on them to come up to the house. That's a long walk. I'm not going out there. But anyway, I was talking about I think the last thing I was talking about was the CFO. Got all these records, and I think that's going to be the Bomshell in the trial. And then I think, what's her name? KK, if she steps forward. Who is that guy? Somebody recognize him from somewhere? That young man there. Who is he? Do y'all recognize him from anywhere? He looks so familiar to me. Ooh, shoulder hurt. From here going up to my neck. We're getting ready to see what else is going on. I'm going to bring this on down and everything. Because y'all can see they're still waiting. Right now in New York, it's 2:29. Court normally ends about around 3. So in about 30 minutes to an hour, they'll be letting out of the courthouse. So we're going to see what's going to happen from that point on. Okay. So we're going to move on. And like I told you all, I'm going to try to get it started today, but if not, tomorrow. If not tomorrow, let me just see. Because I'm going to have it where, just say I got something in store for you all for tomorrow, okay? Okay, I got something in store for tomorrow. Let's see about the dangling over. I want to go over this with you all. Remember the lady that was the person that was dangling over what they call the balcony. Okay, so that's one of the things they've been talking about today. So I want to go into the person being dangled over the balcony. Okay, that is I think she's a designer. Sean Combs trial updates. The woman testifies Combs dangled her over the 17-floor balcony. Okay. So we're going to get into, her name is BRYANA. Okay. So we're going to, I want to listen to a little of that, and then we're going to go ahead and go into it. Okay. Let me just get it started for you. Let's get it back to the beginning, because I got to hear this. I don't know about y'all. And then we're going to talk about it. I'm just trying to bring it to you as quickly as I can. Okay, here we go.
Right here in New York, the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking trial is halfway through its 4th week of testimony. And a forensic video expert just wrapped up his time on the witness stand, where he walked jurors through the video footage of Combs's beating his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, at a Los Angeles hotel back in 2016. And he confirmed the authenticity of that disturbing footage. NBC News senior national correspondent Stephanie Gosk joins us with more. Stephanie, I feel like most of us have now seen that video of that 2016 event. Combs eventually did not deny that it happened. So I guess my question is, why was forensic expert even called in the first place?
Well, the forensic expert was called because the defense is raising questions about the authenticity of the video. And why are they doing that? Because prosecution and investigators don't have every camera angle from that night. They have a few of them. They have 3 of them. The other 2 angles they have are actually cell phone video taken of the surveillance video. At least that's what the prosecution says. That was the video that was leaked by CNN a while ago. We know that CNN paid for that video. So the defense is raising questions about the authenticity of the video in totality. And so that is why right now the prosecution has this expert on the stand and is going through step by step. But consider this as well. This is one of the most damning pieces of evidence that the prosecution has. They are spending hours going frame by frame, showing the jury this video over and over again.
But to be clear, I mean, Combs did not deny that those events happened, right?
And what the defense is saying is that it has been stitched together in a way that is inauthentic. They have a number of questions because it is potentially so damning. The defense is going after it, right? And so the prosecution is saying, well, if you're going to go after it, we're going to put this expert on the stand to testify that it is authentic. And then we're just going to show it over and over again to the jury.
You know, another disturbing allegation is this woman who said that she was dangled from a balcony by Combs. What do we know about her?
Okay, so she is a friend of Cassie Ventura, and she has sued Combs for that moment as well. She's expected to come on the stand and say that she was at Cassie Ventura's apartment one night. He came in and assaulted her and then didn't quite dangle her. Her allegation is not that he held her over a balcony, but rather that he put her up on a balcony. She's apparently quite small and threatened to push her off, which obviously would be terrifying if it took place. And we expect to hear from her now.
And I know you will bring us the latest on what happens there. Stephanie Goss, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, y'all hear that? That is the woman. That is BRYANA.
As a suspect is dead, doesn't mean
That is BRYANA. Let me, we're gonna go into looking at that. Let me see, can I? Okay, it says, I'm gonna read what it says to you all. What to know about, okay, here it is, BRYANA, who alleged that Diddy dangled her over an apartment balcony, is on the witness stand. BRYANA testifies that Combs held her over a 17-story balcony in 2016 before throwing her into the balcony's furniture. I think that's the patio furniture. The balcony's furniture got to be the patio furniture that she's talking about. And in 2016, isn't that the same time as the tape? So I guess he was really just making sure they're still there. Okay. That's the same time. I guess he was really, well, he's dangerous no matter what time of year it is. Okay. Combs faced 5 criminal charges, 1 count on racketeering, conspiracy, 2 counts on sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs had, let me see, can I move this where I don't have to, well, I'll do this here. So I don't have to move my head as much. Okay. Combs had denied all the allegations against him. This is live briefing. This live briefing may include graphic description of sex violence. Okay, for resources, they give you a number to call the National sex Assault Telephone Hotline, and let me just click on that and say that number out loud so y'all can just in case. And since I put it out there. You can call 1-800-656-HOPE, HOPE, which is 4673. Okay, for that, just in case, and it's confidential. Okay. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, it said the defense, this is around 1:24 p.m. and my time is 1:38, so this is about an hour, 1:38, so this is a little over an hour ago. Okay, Combs' attorney Nicole Westmoreland began cross-examination of BRYANA. That's the lady. She's a designer, I think. That was the one that was being held, dangled over the balcony, the 17-story balcony, and then thrown into the balcony furniture, the furniture on the balcony. She cross-examined her by asking her again about the immunity order that she was provided for her testimony, and she do have. So she's letting them know she got immunity, so she can tell the truth. She don't have to hide anything. She can let it all flow. Get it all off your chest, because sometimes that's trauma. Get that off your chest. You've been having to hold it in and keep it in for so long and only telling maybe if you told anybody. But now it's your chance to get it off your chest. Unless, you know, you can tell your psychiatrist if you go into therapy and stuff for this. But anyway, Westmoreland clarified that the protection against prosecution only works if BRYANA is truthful. And she then followed up by asking BRYANA who she understands has the power to decide whether or not she is lying. Okay, what she said. She followed up by asking BRYANA who she understands to have the power to decide whether or not she's lying. And the prosecution, BRYANA answered. Let me see what she answered. Give me a second. Oh, the witness said she was that she sued Combs for $10 million in order to seek justice for what happened to her on the balcony. $10 million. And when BRYANA was asked by the prosecution if she could give away $10 million for the balcony incident to have never happened, she said yes. Oh, my Lord. Also, BRYANA said after Combs alleged dangling her over the balcony, she said she was left with lasting psychological impact. It left I'm quite sure it did. Put the fear, you dangling over a 17-story building, you looking down, you see your whole life fly before you, just go past you. That would impact anybody. PTSD, everything. I wake up every night with dreams. I could not go to sleep if that would happen to me. BRYANA testified that she had nightmares. That's what I just said. I couldn't go to sleep. She said she had nightmares and used to scream in her sleep. And I did not see that part until I just said it. I wouldn't be able to sleep. She added that she dealt with feeling paranoia. Right, sometimes peeking her head out of her own home just to make sure the area was clear. Oh my God. Y'all hear that? You see what people have to go through, even being associated, being around, even if you're not around him all the time, around people that like Cassie or anybody. You have to deal with all this trauma yourself. It's not just they're having trauma, but you have to deal with it yourself. Oh my God. That she have to she can't sleep. She wakes up screaming, peeping out her own windows and doors just to make sure the coast is clear. Everything is clear outside. Nobody's sneaking up on me. Nobody's sneaking up on me or sneaking up at my house. She revealed she tried to tell Diddy, the diddler, about the incident to no avail. She said, oh my God. A day or two after the balcony incident, BRYANA said she received a FaceTime call. She received a FaceTime call from either Combs or someone on his team. A FaceTime call. Why do you want to talk to him after somebody dangled you over? I don't want to talk to you. Okay. She told the court that she repeatedly stated that she don't want to have problems with Combs, but Combs didn't say much. BRYANA testified that Combs put his hand over his head while looking into the camera. Over his head. I guess putting your hands together over your head, or I don't know. But while looking into the camera. I don't think I could look at him what is that? She said 2 or 3 days after the incident. I don't know. Oh, no. I need some space. I need some time. I need everything. Okay. But anyway, this is BRYANA. This is a friend of Cassie's, but also I think BRYANA is a fashion stylist or something like that. Okay. Okay. Ventura was in a nearby room and she did not witness Combs alleged dangling BRYANA over the balcony, but she was nonetheless shocked by the incident. The witness said, he threw me on the balcony furniture. First you're dangling the woman, then you throwing her on the balcony furniture. I bet you got bruises and everything. Bruises. And if you're throwing somebody on the balcony furniture, the furniture you probably got all these types of bruises, and you probably hit the floor, the concrete floor and stuff like that, and all kinds of scrapes and scars all over you, and somebody dangling you by your ankles or your hand or arms or whatever. You probably got bruises all over you because of the weight of your body. He threw me on the balcony furniture, and it definitely hurt. Wasn't sure if it was injured. BRYANA told the jurors. Cassie was in her bedroom, but she came out. I heard her voice. Her tone was in disbelief. Guys, this is traumatic. This is traumatic for this woman. This is something that a person would remember and probably would not ever let go. You know, this is a long-lasting impact. You probably years later, you still have that fear where you can't sleep or you're waking up screaming. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. BRYANA testified that that Combs was yelling at her while he dangled her over the balcony. Oh yeah, that's another problem. He yelling and screaming at you too. Oh my God. That she was dangled over the 17-story balcony for maybe 10 to 15 seconds while Combs yelled. You know what the FU did? Oh gosh. I'm trying to think of something I can hold up. Like holding up. You know what the FU did? Maybe hold on. That's what he said. You know what the FU did? She said she had no idea what he was talking about and told Combs as much. BRYANA said Combs allegedly came up behind her and lifted her above his chest to hold her above his chest to hold her up against the balcony, she told the court. So he was holding her above his chest. And I guess he was standing over the balcony, dangling her over. Oh my God, if he let go. This is hard, guys. BRYANA described herself as 5 feet 1 inch at the time and weighing nearly 100 to 115 pounds. She told the court she was trying not to slip while pushing back on Combs because she was scared she was going to fall. So she's a small, petite woman. And if people want to know what, because I'm 5 feet. Yes. So she's about my height, 5 feet 1. Well, say I'm 5 feet and a half. I'm 5 feet and a half. I'm never 5 feet. I'm 5 feet and a half. Okay, so she's about my height. And she weighs nearly 100 to 115 pounds. So she weighs a little more than me. Or maybe, I don't know, depends on her bones. I don't know. But I weigh about 100 pounds myself. And she told the court, so think of Combs picking up somebody so you can get a frame of what that size is, okay? And frame of mind and how big she may be. She told the court she was trying not to slip while pushing back on Combs because she was scared she was going to fall. Okay, and then after she got through saying that, the courtroom has returned after lunch break because they went on lunch after that, and then BRYANA is back on the witness stand testifying, going through on the witness stand giving her testimony. Okay. Also, the judge declared a recess for lunch, telling the jurors to return to court before 1:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. When the jurors are returned, they'll hear more from Cassie's friend, BRYANA, and her description of the alleged threats made by the diddler. Okay. Now, also, this information here about what's going on in the courtroom, I would have this information down in my description box, okay, below my video. So if y'all want to go back and read the information, the transcripts and stuff from the courtroom, you can. What was said and everything. It will be down in below. Also, I do want to say, it was one more thing I was getting ready to say. Oh, yeah. The time is 1:50. So that means it's almost 2 o'clock. So it's almost 3 o'clock in New York. Okay. With it being almost 3 o'clock, they're getting ready to end. Court is soon going to be ending soon. And we're going to make sure we don't miss it. We're going to flip over to see what's going on outside the courthouse. Okay. And these are witnesses. Oh, all new stuff. Okay. Combs called himself the devil. Combs called himself the devil and said that he could unalive her. Witnesses said. BRYANA said. Combs called himself the devil and said he can unalive BRYANA, the witness. That's what she testified to. Cass's friend, the one that was hanging over the balcony, that he dangled over the balcony. Yeah. Okay. One interaction BRYANA recalled while on the witness stand was a moment in which Combs alleged told her something along the lines of, "I'm the devil and I can unalive you." But he said KILLU. She told the court that she was terrified. BRYANA also testified that he had taken, that the white stuff. Okay. The lean, the cuckoo, white stuff at the time of the incident. So I'm going to do it without all my little reactions. She told the court that she was terrified. BRYANA also testified that he had taken the coca at the time of the incident. The coca, the cuckoo at the incident, at the time of the incident. I said I was going to do it without all my little interaction. I couldn't do it. I couldn't say it straight. I could not do that. Okay. But anyway, BRYANA testified she witnessed Combs throw a knife at Cassie. Now, when they say Cassie, they're using her last name, Ventura. Okay. And they're using Combs' last name, Combs. But y'all know me. I may say Combs or I may say the diddler. Or I may say Cassie but I will ever say her last name because everybody know who she is, Cassie. Okay, and they're using BRYANA last name, but I'm saying BRYANA because her last name. I'm just using everybody's first names. Okay, let me get me another drink of my lemon water. Okay. BRYANA didn't. BRYANA testified she witnessed Combs throw a knife at Cassie during a violent outburst at her apartment. BRYANA didn't recall the exact year when this incident unfolded, but she said it happened in the middle of the night at Venture's at Cassie's place in Los Angeles. Cassie picked up the knife and hurled it back at Combs, the witness said, which is BRYANA said. Both of them throws missed. Both their throws missed. So when he threw the diddler threw the knife at Cassie, he missed, and Cassie picked the knife back up and hurled it at him, and she missed. Okay. BRYANA said she had night terrors after Combs allegedly dangled her over the balcony. And yeah, I'll be having night terrors, night sweats, getting up. Oh, Lord. I would have to have, y'all ever heard of this tea that you can get? It's some really good tea. It helps you to sleep. What it's called? I forgot the name of it. We have some here. It helps you to sleep. I love letting it sit with the tea bag in it for a while, about at least 30 minutes. And I leave the tea bag in hanging, dangling with the string, and I would drink my tea. I love it. She may need to get some of that tea. You can find it at any store, especially at the organic places and stuff where you buy organic foods and stuff. Don't go by there. It costs too much there. Go to a regular store. Go to the regular store and get it. Okay. But BRYANA testified the mental effects. Testified that after being dangled over the balcony and falling onto the balcony furniture, the mental effects of the assault left her with night terrors. She told the court. She added that there was times when she would scream in her sleep. I think we talked about that. Ooh. Okay. She also mentioned the balcony incident without naming. Cassie mentioned the balcony incident without naming her friend BRYANA. Think of it. Oh, and in her 2023 lawsuit against Combs. Oh my Lord! And I got that. The docs on that. Cassie mentioned the balcony incident without naming her at the time. Now BRYANA is on the stand talking about that same incident. That's what you call she corroborating Cassie's story from that lawsuit, that $30 million lawsuit that she hit Diddy with back in 2023. That was settled within 24 hours. So BRYANA is corroborating that on the stand today. Ooh, you see how so many different people are corroborating each other's testimony without knowingly doing it? That's what you asked for. That's what you're going to get. Okay. Cassie also testified about the incident while on the witness stand last month. So back in May last month, she testified. She brought that incident up during her testimony. So that incident was brought up during the lawsuit of Cassie filed in 2023 against the diddler. That incident was brought up last month in May during when the trial started. When she first got on the stand, during that time, Cassie brought it up. corroborated. Also, BRYANA today on the stand is bringing up that same incident. As it smells like a duck, it's a duck. No, if it walks like a duck, it's a duck. I think that's the same. Y'all know I don't know all those old crazy things people say. Okay. Okay. The government, the government calls BRYANA to the witness stand earlier today. Okay, I'm reading backwards. Okay, but just when she first got on the stand, BRYANA, she's earlier that day she cited her Fifth Amendment rights. BRYANA cited her Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination, and prosecution had said she won't be prosecuted as long as she testifies truthfully. Remember, we brought that up earlier in the very beginning of me reading this. Similar. Okay. Remember I said tell it all while you can, because you probably have to keep all this stuff secret and tell nobody. Now it's the time for you to tell everybody. Okay? Tell it all. Okay, now who is remember they was talking about another testimony of somebody. Let me put it down in my notes. When we was, let me bring this up right quick. Let's see, can I find it? Okay, let me just bring this back up and see. I'm gonna bring it back up for you all, because this is what we're going to talk about right now. Okay, remember the updates. The updates right here. Frank, you see Frank Piazza. I think I'm hoping I'm saying his name right. Frank Piazza. He's the forensic video analyst, because they was questioning whether that video was tampered with or something is not right with that video. They had questions. The defense is bringing up a lot of objections about that video. And so sometimes you don't want to bring up things that you don't know the answer to. Because if you don't know the answer to, and then you get that answer, then you that's not good. You get the answer that you don't want. So sometimes you need to find the answer to it before you bring it up. Because now the prosecution brings a forensic video analyst on the stand to testify about the video. Whether it's been tampered with, whether it's been sliced, diced, and cut up and thrown to the side and brought back out, and somebody made it up, or whatever he does, whatever his job is. I can't testify for his duties because I'm not a forensic video analyst. So we're just going to hear what he got to say. Okay. So this is still live outside the courthouse. Nothing is going on. Let y'all see that nothing is still going on. We still got people going and coming and everything. But as soon as somebody they come out, hopefully we get a chance to see it. All right. Let me and I did have it muted. Not like anybody is saying anything. Okay. Let me and so we this is Frank now. Okay. This is Frank. Frank takes this Frank is on the stand. Let me see, can I go let me show you all what Frank looked like. Okay. Sketch Frank. We ain't talking about the real Frank. We talking about a sketch Frank. Okay. Let me bring it up for you so y'all can see. me get a copy of this sketch. Okay. So everybody can see what sketch artist. But Frank looked better than some of the other sketches that they've been putting out. You know what I mean? Let me just put the name on it so I remember. Okay. Okay, here we go, guys. We're going to see what sketch Frank looked like. Okay, because Frank is going to, Frank is, let me just bring it up first. Where are you, Mr. Frank? Let me see. And I do have a picture of Derek Ferguson, the CEO of Bad Boy Entertainment. But we ain't talking about Bad Boy Entertainment right now. What is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, I got it. So y'all getting ready to see what Frank looks like? Y'all see? That's Frank. Frank video expert for not Frank video, the forensic video expert. He's the forensic video expert that testifies about the surveillance footage showing and the Combs and Combs and Cassie's hotel video where he kicked and stomped and yelled, dragged her, and yeah, that video. He's testifying in regards to the video. So I wanted y'all to see what Frank looked like, so you know. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with Frank. Okay, let me get to Frank. Ooh, okay. Make sure. Okay. 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 So Frank, the video, Frank, the forensic video, his person is called to the stand. Court is in session. I think he was the first person called, and the government has called him as the first witnesses. Okay. He was sworn in and he took the stand wearing a dark suit. At least he dressing the part. He ain't dressing like Diddy. He took the stand and wore a dark suit. The primary task of this video expert appears to be authenticating that footage of the Dittlers beating Cassie in the Los Angeles hotel, whether it's been altered in any kind of way or shape or form. Okay, whether that video is authentic, no tampering with that video. Okay, so Frank said there's no anomalies in the distribution footage shown from the assault video of Combs assaulting his girlfriend at the time, Cassie, at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles in 2016. Let me just make a note of that. I always try to make a note on mine for later. Okay. 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 So Frank, the witness, is walking the jurors through the video footage of Combs' 2016 videotape beating of Cassie at the Los Angeles hotel. He's confirming the video's authenticity and walking the court through a version he's stitched together. So he's walking them through parts of the version of it that he stitched together, showing events as they happen in chronological order. So the prosecution filed into evidence under seal 10 SEX videos involving Cassie. So the footage, now remember, let me say that again. The prosecution filed into evidence under seal 10 SEX videos involving Cassie. The footage was dated between 2012 and 2014 and came from a user file marked Frank Black, alias Combs, alleged using while traveling. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. The footage was between 2012 and 2014. Came from a file marked Frank Black. Frank Black is the alias that Sean P. Diddy Combs used all the time when he goes to hotels. But he have other aliases that he used, but that is one of them. While he's traveling, going to hotels or whatever he needs to do. Okay, so this is between 2012 and 2014. Okay. Frank's testimony may be coming across as highly technical and tedious as lawyers go moment by moment through security footage of Combs and Cassie. The Diddler and Cassie. The rather dry testimony, though, has led to a captivated impact on the jurors. So the jurors are all in for it. The jurors are sitting there. All of them are sitting there. They are all into this. They are paying attention. They want to hear. They want to see. They don't want to miss nothing. Nothing. They ain't ready for you to say, time to go. That's enough. No, they want to know. They want to know. They want to hear and know everything. Okay? So don't get it twisted with them. They said, oh no, we want to know. Although it's highly technical, the lawyers go moment by moment through security footage of Cassie and Combs. Although the jurors although the testimony, let me just say this, although Frank's testimony may seem just blind and dry and just okay, because he's doing technical stuff and all this different things, tedious stuff, but the jurors having to sit through and in extended time looking at Combs beating, brutally beating of his then girlfriend, March 5th, 2016, Los Angeles. Ooh, I guess. Okay. March 5th in Los Angeles, 2016, while Combs' defense team is opening statements. The defense keeps saying Combs is prone to being out of control in a high temper and throwing tangerines and stuff. Don't that sound like a little kid or something? Or a baby or a kid? Oh, he's out of control. He's throwing tangerines. He's trying to get his way. He's trying, see there? He have a high temper, out of control. This kind of reminder may not be helpful to this cause. That's what is written here. This kind of reminder may not be helpful to this cause. So the defenses keep bringing it up today that he tend to throw tantrums all the time. Oh, he's highly prone to that. He have a high temper. He get this and that. So if he do all this here, what to say he's not? These people are not telling the truth. They witness all this, and he directs that out of controlness to directly at them. You see what I'm saying? Directly at them. Okay. The government calls Cassie best. Okay, that's getting back to Cassie's best friend, BRYANA, that takes the stand and cites her Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination and stuff. Okay, so now let's go down to, since I showed you what Frank looks like and everything. Let's go down and see what else started, because Frank was the first witness this morning for Wednesday. So let's see what happened before Frank got on the stand. Okay. And I always put in my notes, when I got notes, I always put who is, like I did. I wrote, who is Syria Oken, O-K-E-N, who is she? I put, who is Eddie Garcia's? Although I find out who they are, I still put who is, okay? And that's what they're saying right now about who is expected to testify today. Who is like Frank? Who is Frank? We already just went over who Frank Piazza is, okay? He's the forensic video analyst or expert. Got to be an expert, otherwise I don't think they'll be calling him. Okay? But anyway, and then so Frank testified. It's 316 there. Let me just go ahead and bring up outside the courthouse while I bring this up, because I don't want to miss anybody. I'm going to go ahead and show the courthouse right quick. Okay, it's 317 there now. 317 in New York. Court dormant ends about 3 o'clock or maybe 4. Oh, let me just tell you all this. When Diddy, before we get into anything else, when Diddy leaves the courthouse, they have him to change Diddy's not the courthouse. Let me just say this: when Diddy trial is over, not trial day like today or yesterday, when court is over, court is let out for the day, Diddy goes and get changed back into his jailhouse uniform. Yes, he goes. They give him his clothes so he can change back in his jailhouse uniform. Okay, and his defense team is trying to say that Diddy don't get enough time with Diddy. That the time that is short. They don't have enough time. They trying to, in my opinion, they trying to make the amount of time that they spend with Diddy is not enough. That they can mistrial. When I say mistrial, then did it with everything else. This is a weekly thing or every other day, if not every day. or every other day or very often during the week, throughout several times in the week, they try to see can they get a mistrial. And another thing they was bringing up yesterday is that was alleged said that they don't get enough time with the diddler to spend going over his case with him, going through his case or over his case, however way they put it. But so they said there's not enough time during the day because it was said, I'm gonna have to bring it up. I'm gonna bring it up and let them explain it. Let me drop this here and see can I find that video. Okay. Because I'm still gonna keep my eye on the courthouse. Okay. Still got my mind on the courthouse. I'm not gonna forget the courthouse. Courthouse, we cannot forget the courthouse. Let me just try to pull it up for y'all. Okay. Okay. Let me see it. I'm going to try to find one. Let me go through. I'm trying to find it because they're talking about how they don't get enough time with Diddy and stuff. And to me, the way I was listening to it last night, what they're saying, they're trying to say that because they want a mistrial. Anything for a mistrial. Okay? They're going to say anything to try to get a mistrial. I don't know where I was watching that from. Let me see. Oh, was it this? Oh, yeah. And I think it was this video here because they're talking about how Diddy is auctioning off his clothes too. His jail clothes goes to auction. I don't know if y'all heard that. I don't know whether y'all heard that. And saying Diddy is broke. Diddy is no. I didn't say he was. I didn't say he was broke. I did not say he was broke. That's what. When I say he's broke, I'm not saying he's broke. I'm just saying what they. I'll just let y'all watch it yourself, okay? While we wait for them to come out the courtroom, and this will be the last video, guys. We're not going to do another video after this one, okay? So this will be the last video, unless something pops up and like, whoa, breaking news, then, okay?
Breaking news tonight.
Okay, here it is. And we're probably not going to watch the whole thing, okay? We're just going to watch. This is Nancy Grace. Like I said, I love myself from Nancy Grace. This is her take on yesterday, okay? Y'all don't mess with Nancy Grace. Don't mess with Nancy Grace. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do. I forgot.
Tonight, Diddy auctions his jailhouse clothes. Do his lawyers?
That's what I want y'all to hear. I didn't call this man broke at all because I know Diddy ain't broke. Okay? But I don't know. Do he think he's some people auction off I don't know. When they not here no more? I don't know. Guys, yo, help.
That much. Are they worth it? This as Diddy weighs into the battle, promising to go all the way to the White House to stop a pardon for Diddy. Diddy, I'm Nancy Grace. This is Mom Stories. I want to thank
Get rid of that. and let her music play.
Abuser that took part in heinous beatings and bizarre sex acts, decades of abuse of women and so-called freak-offs. This is a day that's been long in coming.
We got to hear about the clothes.
Justice.
And I say Dirty Diddy going down. This is the case.
Straight out to the courthouse, standing by is investigative reporter Lauren Collins, star of Pop Crime TV. A lot has been happening on the witness stand throughout the day, and Mia, not her real name, is a critical witness, Lauren Collins. I noticed that Brian Steele started off kind of going easy on Mia, but then he changed his approach. What happened?
Mia is still on the stand, finishing up her cross-examination by Brian Steele. Today, during a break, the government actually had to speak to the judge and say, look, the way that this witness is being treated by Mr. Steele is borderline hostile. He's aggressive. He's yelling at her. He's accusing her of lying. And this type of questioning is going to prevent other witnesses from coming forward if they think they're going to be humiliated and treated like this. Now, the judge said, look, I have not heard Mr. Steele yell at the witness. I haven't heard him be too aggressive, but what I have heard is improper questions. And when Mr. Steele tries to rephrase these questions, the judge said he's not sure if he's doing it on purpose, not rephrasing properly just to get out what he's trying to say. But either way, he needs to watch it when it comes to that. And he said, look, the government can continue to object, and we'll make the adjustment accordingly. So as Brian Steele moved along with his cross-examination, it was a little bit aggressive. He did accuse Mia of lying. He would point blank ask her, were you lying when you said this? Were you not truthful when you said this?
He did.
And Mia said, everything I've said in this courtroom has been truthful. And Brian Steele really seemed to hone in on the fact that, again, her text messages to Sean Holmes 1 year after she didn't work for him, 2 years after, even up to 3 years after not working for him, they still said, I love you. They still said, I miss you. At one point, she texted him in 2019 that she had a dream that she was trapped in an elevator with R. Kelly and that Diddy came to rescue her. We found out through Brian Steele's cross-examination that Mia had met with the government about 27 times. The first 2 times meeting with the government, she did not mention any type of sexual assault or alleged sexual assault. And Mia said, well, I did not bring this up until I had my attorney. And Steele pointed out that she had an attorney in her March of 2024 meeting, but again, did not bring up the alleged sexual assault until June of 2024. And he was really trying to get in the name of her attorney, Sean Crowley, and the fact that Sean Crowley had won this big settlement prior to representing Mia. However, there were many objections and he was not able to get that in.
Okay. Did she crack, Lauren Collins, or did she stay strong? I find it really interesting. They brought up that $400,000 settlement that she had with Diddy. Okay, what happened?
Mia actually said, everything I've said in this courtroom has been the truth and not a lie. And Brian Steele also said to her out of the blue and seemed to kind of raise his voice, well, isn't it true that he didn't touch you or violate you as many times as you've told us? And she said again, everything I've said is true.
Okay, whoa. Okay, so he's asking, hey, he didn't you as many times as you're saying. Okay, straight out to Armand Wiggins, joining us out of LA, entertainment and legal fair commentator, host of podcast The Armand Wiggins Show, on the trial since day one. Did you hear what Lauren Collins just said?
Okay,
So
I'm going to skip over Armand Wiggins because I want to hear about the clothes too, because Armand Wiggins, I don't want to hear what he got to say. Oh,
left and right. So they
I want to hear what she got to say.
Wasn't at the time. So
No.
it was like,
I don't, okay, we're going to skip over him. Sorry about that.
Abused often divide their experience of
$20
Okay.
million. Get her to number one. Juror isn't victims go through so much trauma, right? I don't know that Minnie was suicidal because she got fired or let go. In fact, Sean Combs and his henchperson, Corman, tried to get her to drop the lawsuit. And I want to point out regarding the lawsuit that he settled with her for $400,000. So I think we need to reframe the question, not why did you take money? Aren't you in it for the money? The question should be, Sean Combs, why are you paying $500,000 to get this woman to shut up? Like you paid Cassie Ventura $20 million. Get her to shut up.
Right.
So why are you paying people left and right so they don't talk about what you did to them? That's
Right.
the right question.
And why aren't we talking about the time she did try to get away and he would try to call her or have his henchmen call her? And so she did attempt to get away. We can't forget about that. And women who are sexually abused often divide their experience of the abuser up into all good or all bad. It's a way of coping. So when the abuser is kind, they become overly attached. And when the abuser is abusive, then they have a clear sense of what's happening. She's trauma bonded with him.
Well, another thing is that victims that I've represented in court, very often, especially in abusive relationships, not stranger on stranger, they try to rationalize what happened. Like, for instance, marital, where you're dating someone and you try to go, oh, well, he was drunk, or oh, well, I let him on. They rationalize what happened because they don't want to deal with the fact I was just. Now, my concern is, although I disagree with Wiggins totally, the reality is if he is thinking that after watching the testimony, even though I think it's horribly wrong, is a juror thinking that. So another issue, I'm trying to figure out the significance of birthday posts on social media. Lord, what does that have to do with anything?
He seems to also be really focusing on these birthday posts that Mia did for Sean Combs year after year, although she described to us during direct testimony that his birthday was a traumatic day for her because that was the first time that he ever sexually assaulted her, allegedly. So Brian Steele's hammering home, well, how can you compartmentalize this when it was such a horrible day for you? And year after year on social media, you're wishing him a happy birthday.
Guys, we are live at the courthouse bringing you the very latest. I want to.
Okay. Yeah. He's innocent until proven guilty. I'm trying to get to those clothes.
Shooter Rob was Sean Combs' PR guru for years. He no longer works for him. Thank goodness. Robbie really knew even worse. Rob Shooter, host of Naughty But Nice podcast. That's at robshooter.substack.com. Author of the forward answer. Rob, I want to talk about what Mia has been saying on the stand all day and for several days. The fact that she lived in fear. You know, I believe it was you that first told me that Sean Combs ordered somebody to go get him a cheesecake at 3 o'clock in the morning, and they did it. They found a place that was open. They got the cheesecake and brought it back to Sean Combs. It seems as if he was very imperious with his employees, to the fact that Mia describes PTSD. That's what she's describing. I've seen it in a lot of crime victims. Describe what you witnessed.
My time working with Diddy was extraordinary, Nancy. I've never had a job, I've never experienced anything like that again. And I go on to work with stars even bigger than him. It was really gruesome. It wasn't a job, it was a life. He took over your life. He demanded you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He could be really bullying. He could also be very charming. And so I understand everything that Mia's saying. It's heartbreaking, and it's an experience that very, very few, thankfully, will ever know.
Okay, I want to get back to these demands. Because if he could make a grown person get out of bed at 3 a.m. and traverse Manhattan to get him a slice of cheesecake, and it had to be the best cheesecake. It couldn't be any crap that you get out of the D'Agostino's. Right? What could he make someone like Mia do, who was already meek and mild and traumatized? I mean, I want to hear what it was like. You say it was a way of life. It was your life. Why?
It was our lives because we were young. He had picked people to work with him that he could control. There was nobody on his staff, including me, that was terribly experienced. It was all about him. He carefully groomed us all. He carefully selected us all. And if anybody came into his world who said no, who was too experienced, who knew better, they didn't last. He was the ringmaster, and we played along with his circus.
Rob Shooter, you stated that Sean Combs has a very carefully choreographed personal image. And you told a story about making the press move at a private airport. I guess it was Teterboro. So as they all filmed Sean Combs pulling up, at first you didn't see the private plane. He was so angry. He actually single-handedly made all the press move where they were standing so he could re-enter Teterboro. So when he got out of his SUV, you could see the private plane behind him. Describe.
Yeah, absolutely true. I was on the tarmac. The press was lined up, waiting for him. Everybody from national shows to local press. And he drove up in his car and he realized they were shooting this ugly airport terminal behind him. He wanted a shot of this very, very expensive private plane. So what he did is he left. He restaged his entrance. We spun the press around, and we had to go down that line, Nancy, and make sure every member of the press who were videoing deleted their original footage. So we did not leave this to chance. It was something that he had thought of. I wouldn't have thought about this, but he told me make sure that all deleted the footage I don't want. I don't want to give them the choice of deciding which footage to use. They'll use the one that I give them.
So he got an entire fleet of the media to change their positions and delete video. I'm making a point. Listen to this, Shooter.
Brian Steele shows me a birthday shout out from Combs captioned, "Beside every great man is a great woman. P.S. Sorry I was acting crazy last night." Mia says Combs had threatened her life on a phone call the night before and she took this as his apology. Steele asks if she reposted the message despite the seriousness of the threat, and Mia responds, "Of course," reading off her profusely thankful caption, "Thanks, Puff. Love you. You've shown me the world."
So you're hearing, Rob Shooter, the posts that Mia is making about a birthday wish, and then she gets cross-examined about wishing Sean Combs happy birthday on a post. Now, I have seen victims go along to get along.
Right,
Whether
go
it's
along to get
lawyer
along.
forcing sex on you, husband, partner, judge, and you don't want to make waves in the courthouse, so you put up with it and you just keep going. But he's really tearing her up on the stand about this shooter. What do you make of it? You know him.
Yeah, I think this is directed by Diddy. I think Puff is running this entire trial. He's telling his
I do
lawyers
too.
what to do, which might be a mistake, but his ego is very, very big. And newsflash in that sense, it is possible to think love a monster. A person can be a terrible person and you can still have feelings towards them. I think that's a mistake here that Diddy is making. I think people know the difference. And just because I post something, a birthday message, something kind towards you, doesn't mean you can't also be a terrible human being.
Ooh.
Please.
Oh, yes. Well, I want to show that birthday, not birthday, the stuff about the Diddler. We're getting ready to close, guys. The Diddler instructing not everybody, but to change the picture. But also, what I really wanted to show was the clothes. Diddy clothes goes to auction. Some clothes of his. Let me go ahead and drop this down. What I need to show is, let's see what's going outside the courtroom before we leave. Let me make sure it is fresh. And let y'all take a look right quick. Here we go. There it is. Still the same. No, oh, they just took the red border down as soon as I put it up. Y'all know that border on the left side, the red border? They just took that down. This is not paused or anything. It's buffering now. But anyway, that's outside the courthouse. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'll go ahead and take that down. Okay. Let me see what's going on. What else is going on outside the courthouse? Let me see. We're getting ready to go, guys. Let me see what CNN got going on outside the courthouse. Nothing more than the same thing. Okay. We're getting ready to go, guys. Anything updated, any new updates? Like I did last night, I put out a short video last night. Make sure you all watch it. Bad Boy former CEO, CFO Derek Ferguson on the stand. I dropped that late last night. But we're getting ready to go, guys. And y'all know how we do it when we go. But make sure you all hit that like button before we get out of here. Make sure you hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to become a member, go ahead and become a member of the channel. Everybody that came in for the live, thank you. I appreciate it very much and everything. Much love to y'all, but we're getting ready to go. Bye-bye, guys.
Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't want to go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't